Amen.
Well, we stayed in a lot of different hotels while we were gone. I can't count them all, but I know we were in South Carolina somewhere, and maybe Virginia somewhere. And then we were definitely in Philadelphia for 3 days. And we were way up in northeastern Pennsylvania, but that was at a friend's house for another 3-4 nights. And we were in Ohio for 1 day. That was the most expensive state. I don't know why, I don't know if Columbus is like the tourist spot of the world. It was very expensive. We were just glad to get a good hotel because we were very tired. And then we were 2-3 days in southern Missouri where we got married. We went to the little church that we got married in. When we got married, it was a little independent Pentecostal church. And today it's a little Southern Baptist church. And it looked just exactly the same, except for the place that was a sanctuary is now like a little kitchen with a fellowship hall, and they built a new part of it. In front of where we got married, so we stood in front of there and we took some pictures of us there. And it was really amazing. And I went in and I looked up there on the altar where the people were playing the hymns was the same piano that my wife used to play 50 years ago.
Oh my goodness. Oh, you're kidding.
No, I looked at it, it's a very unique piano because of the type of wood grain that's in it. I think it's made of, the front is maple, and you can see the maple, the grain of the wood. And most pianos, it's like all like a black, you know, from the stain. And I'm like, that's the same piano. And when I got home, because I took pictures of them playing, and I got that. And when I got home, I pulled up an old picture of my wife sitting at that piano, and sure enough, it's the same piano. They said they just got done fixing it up and tuning it to put it up there. And we sang the same hymns, even though it was Southern Baptist. They sang the same hymns that we used to sing way back in the day.
Hey, was it that same wife?
Same wife. Same wife. Yes, it was the same wife. And it was also the same husband.
You're funny.
I lost my trading value, so she's going to keep me, I think. I'm satisfied with just a cottage below, with a little silver, a little gold, and a little gold. But in that city where the ransom will shine, I got a gold one. I've got a gold one, it's silver line. I've got a mansion just over the hilltop, in that right land where no one ever grows. Oh, then someday yonder we'll never more wander. We'll walk down streets that are good and known. Now, when we were out there, we wanted to go see the house that we lived in. It was an old stone house. It actually had been a schoolhouse way back in the 30s or in the 20s during the Depression. The WPA project men got out there and they had built this old schoolhouse, and that's where we lived. And it wasn't fancy, but it was a pretty little house with a pretty little yard, nice big garden, and a little tiny little milking barn on the other side of the street with a little pasture. Well, we finally, it's from a town that's like this big, so you can't find it on the map. The GPS finally found it for us. The only thing we recognized is the same downtown Trask, Missouri, is a sawmill. That's it. That's all that's there. A sawmill, a paved road, and a dirt road. That's the center of the metropolitan area. So we took a left on the sawmill, we drove up the road, and we never saw the house. And we turned around, we came back, got back to the intersection, met a lady in a car going the other way, and she was a retired missionary who lived up there. We told her about the schoolhouse. She goes, oh, it's right up there. We went up there, we were so sad. Whoever owned that decided that mowing the lawn was just something that was for other people. And it was all overgrown with weeds, and we couldn't see the house because there was trees growing in front of it now, and the pasture was all woods. And so I was too sad to take a picture of it. I said, honey, it's just too sad. I can't look at this. Some old car was parked in the weeds there. I'm like, oh, what a shame. You know, but the memories are still there. The good memories. And we're thankful for the years that God gave us. And we're thankful that we lived long enough to be able to go back and see it.
That was a big one.
It was a blast. We went all over. I will tell you about it later. Let's sing verse 2.
Not expected.
Don't think me for